I hope you enjoyed that little free elevator music that I stole from an elevator at 55 West.
How did it sound? How did it go?
It goes dun 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 dun. Maybe that should be the interlude.
No, that's
instead of the actual elevator music, it's just me making really bad MIDI files with my mouth.
Oh yeah, that would be sound a lot better. I mean, making a whole B-roll.
Yeah. Going back to Rick's podcast for a second, he does trap remixes of everything. He takes his co-host comments and makes them into trap remixes.
Really?
Yeah. As soon when we're at the show in the future, I'll remind me to have him play some for you. You might hear some in the show. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's fascinating. To me.
Dan does that too on Tom and Dan. He always takes what Tom says and changes it into like a techno song or.
Wow, that's
they're
so cool.
talented though. I'm not. I just like I could take out the burps and the farts, but that's about it.
So that's why I was thinking about going to Berkeley for a bit to kind of be able to do all that audio shit myself.
Oh, you can do that locally, man. We got the most pretentious, expensive school in like the Eastern Seaboard.
Oh, Full Sail.
Yeah, we can go there and we can get forced to use Macintoshes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're like, here's an Apple. Actually, does anybody call Apples Macintoshes anymore? I know they're Mac for short, but does anybody say Macintosh?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's just Apple and Mac.
Yeah, Mac. They call it a Mac. No, I never heard anyone say Macintosh.
Yeah, that's like some 80s shit. That's some Steve Jobs 80.
That's very 80s. The Macintosh.
The Macintosh A3000 to blow the midst of your mother's hands. Yeah, AOL dial-up.
No.
Anyways, so there was something the other day that happened to me, and I didn't realize it was actually about the name of our show.
No?
And I actually took a public forum. My parents are Christian Lutheran, so they're like the hippies of religion, all right? I got my wife, who is, I would say she's faithful to nothing, but really likes her tradition.
Yeah.
Which is, she's a Japanese, authentic-born woman. You know what I mean? So she goes to temple, and she doesn't do that here, but when she's there, she visits the shrines and everything like that. So, and you also know that I've been watching a shitload of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
This is all tied together. And this kind of actually created a topic that I really didn't expect. I mean, because it's strange, because it's my nickname on Twitter, which isn't really important, but I didn't realize that there are certain words in the English language that some people are just like, no, don't say that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're insulting somebody, you call them like a fucking moron, or that's anything that's quick and rolls off the tongue. And when you hear people like really engaging in right before violence, you know what I mean? Whether it's male or female, we always go with, "Hey, you're a fucking bitch."
Yeah.
If you're a man or a woman, they say bitch.
Yeah.
Because bitch, if you're fighting a female, I know I don't need to explain this, but if you're calling a man a bitch, it's like, dude, you're a feminine, like, you can't fight for shit. You know,
it's like calling him pussy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a double entendre of an insult.
Yeah, it is.
It's not only calling him a female dog, but it's calling him.
You're attacking his manhood.
Yeah, you're a lily flower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but of all the curse words that I thought would carry the heaviest weight, you know, when you call someone a fucking bitch, I mean, yeah, it's pretty heavy because it's usually, or if you're joking with your friend, you're such a fucking bitch. You know, you don't take offense to it. But if you're, like, getting ready to engage in violence and you call someone a fucking bitch, I could just see my mom rolling over in her grave hearing me say fucking bitch over and over again.
She's like, oh Aaron, what are you doing?
No, she's not dead, but rolling over in her bed, in her physical, real, like, I'm still alive, Aaron. Stop being a dick. Quit talking about me. You know?
Yeah.
Anyways,
rolling over like, oh,
but I mean, fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah, that could be offensive to like anyone. But in our generation, or at least in my generation, maybe I'm surrounded by complete degenerates. I don't know, because I don't have the brevity of understanding the certain infliction in words. Like, to me, all words have lost their impactful meaning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the word, like earlier when we were talking, when I was talking about like I was calling someone a buffoon,
Yeah.
and a fool, and I wouldn't say jester as a word that I would use. Oh, you're a jester, sir. No, that
sounds appealing and indulgent. Like, I'm like, well, thank you.
No, but I mean, Chris, I'm going to insult you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to insult your character, but I'm going to call you something, and I want you to tell me how you feel. Okay. I know you already know, Chris. You're a fool.
I pitied a fool.
But it's lost. Like, you don't feel insulted.
Like, okay.
No, but I mean,
I would
you're
actually
a fucking fool, Chris.
Okay.
It still doesn't.
What did I do?
Now, if I would have called you that
I would
200 years ago, that would have been them's fucking fighting words.
Oh, so did you, sir, will die.
Yeah, white glove slap to the face. You're a fool, sir. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have the same hit that it used to. Now everything. I found the exception. I found the exception of this word, and I didn't think this was such a word that had the brevity that we were originally going to call the show. Well, when we were throwing ideas out last night, we came up with the Salty Insufferables, which is kind of a cool name now that I say it out loud.
That actually sounds cool.
It is pretty cool. Maybe we could do that as like a secret show or something, if we ever did that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Or we had, what was the other one? Down in the Dumpster. You know, we had a bunch of names, and the one that I threw to you was the Salty Bastard.
Yeah. I like that.
I love the name, but it would be off-putting to some people. I mean, like, really off-putting. The word bastard is a not fuck-around word. It really isn't. People get fucking offended, man.
Really?
I was like, I know there are certain words, like, I just personally know that if you call someone a certain word, it, no matter what social status, no matter what nationality, no matter what, an ethnic background, if you call someone a cunt, they are mad.
Yeah.
If you call someone a twat, they're mad.
Mm-hmm.
They're mad. And even like right now, there is probably a female listening to this quivering in anger because just the word itself and what it means is enough to drive someone to instant fighting madness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you and I walked to 7-Eleven and you were being kind of silly and I was, kind of joking around with you and we just happened to be in line and in front of the rollers, the taquitos, and I just go, what, you're not getting ranch with that, you silly cunts? People would fucking turn to us and look at us like we just committed heresy to God.
Yeah.
It is no joke. And the same thing goes with the word bastard.
It's not a word you're often called, I think. And I think for someone to call you a bastard, it would have to be really personal. Like, you've gotten to a level where you're a fucking bastard.
Yeah.
That's like
even
I'm
now,
here with you already if I'm going to call you a bastard.
But I didn't think that word still had its brevity. It's strong. I really hope that if I'm saying brevity, I'm using it correctly. I think I am.
Let me Google.
Yeah, we're going to Google that.
Yeah.
But dynamic. That's another word that's another word to describe the word bastard. I can't. Just read the name.
Brevity, concise and exact use of words in writing or speech.
Wow, I was fucking brevitus. That was my stoner moment of the show. Anyways, but so we're seeing at a local pizza place here in Orlando. You're not a sponsor. You ain't getting dropped.
Nah.
You're not corporate. You're not a sponsor. Sorry. So we're sitting at Orlando's best pizza place. So just look it up that way.
I know where that's at.
Yeah. So basically, I'm sitting there with my mom, my dad, and my wife, and my 3-year-old son is passed out. So I can ask this question, and I don't say it loudly. I was like, guys, I think I found a name for our show. They're like, oh, what's that? I was like, the Salty Bastards. And my mom looks at me like I had just told Jesus to go suck the devil's dick. Like, it was instantaneously. She went from that cute little post-60s lovable grandma to Meredith singing bitch.
Gosh.
You know what I mean? Remember that song, Bitch? I'm a bitch. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. When that song came out, my mom would punch the fucking radio immediately as that song came on. Even though it's about women's empowerment. But just her saying bitch over and over again was enough to drive her fucking mad. You know what I mean? Stop using that word. Yeah, but here's the irony is that she knows exactly who I am and what I talk about in my stand-up and what I talk and how I talk on these podcasts. And she goes, I could take it for a little while. I got to stop, and I'll come back, and I'll listen to what you have to say. That segment where I said fucking asshole or fucking bitch several times in a row, she's going to lose her goddamn mind. I guarantee it.
Oh, man.
That's the first comment on Facebook tomorrow. Why do you have to say fucking bitch so much? But it's going to have little asterisks in it. I'm just playing. I love my mother. So, but I have to pick on her because she's a sweet old woman in this story. You know what I mean? But and my wife just goes silent. She's foreign. She's a foreign born to the States. She doesn't like any of the words I use. There's no way around that. Around her, I'm a goddamn preschool teacher. It's true. But I've learned the time and place to use the way that I speak.
It's understandable, some of us learn that later.
You're not going to be doing your job and automatically turn to your friend who you're working with and go, you suck so much dick, you fucking bastard. You know what I mean? Like, I would know not to use that in the current setting, and because I'm a fucking person. I have morality. I don't, but I know how to play like I have morals.
Yeah.
You
got to. You got to play like you have morals.
I seriously think that my life is becoming American Psycho without the murder. Is that I'm the only smart person in the room and everybody else is an idiot. I'm completely delusional. God. I create my own demons. It's fucking hilarious and tormenting at the same time.
You often have to return tapes. If you find
Please
yourself...
be kind, rewind.
Yep.
Talking old novelties of back in the day. But, bastard, really? Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was completely flabbergasted. See, I can use big words too, you fucking dip.
Well, flabbergasted.
They were perturbed when I used such a word.
Oh,
they looked at
goodness.
me like, oh, Jesus, why would he say